work with me, you follow the rules. Rule number 1, you give me everything you've got. Rule number 2, then you give me more. And rule number 3, I make the rules.
Hello, Hayden Barton for the Batman Tradition. Welcome back. Today's little talk, discussion, whatever you like. Look. Talking fitness and nutrition can be about as controversial as religion and politics. Now, I'm not going to get into anywhere near as controversial or, opinionated or anything like that. What I mean is that when people find what they've been told, what they've been taught, what they've experienced with health and fitness, they tend to get very protective of it, right? Their way. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. This is who you should listen to. This is who you shouldn't, right? And I've never really discussed this on the channel, but I do have a health and fitness background. Most of my career has been around that. I also competed as a competitive power lifter for quite some time, and really, fitness has covered most of my career up until now, and I worked as a personal trainer and a lot of other stuff that, is whatever. But my topic for this, and I'm kicking myself because as cheesy as it sounds, because it's getting so close to the new year, which I promise is not going to be a new year, new me type of video like that, because, everyone knows come January 1st, all the health and fitness gym goers, coming by the hordes. No, it's not about that. Well, maybe a little bit. But this kind of is also a conversation for myself, because as much as I have been involved in this, there's always areas I can improve on. And it's sort of a topic of conversation that, as far as Batman fans go, I personally would like to see more emphasized as far as with them being a fan of the character. Because as we know, we see fans cosplay. We see them wear the t-shirts, hats, shoes, read the books, go see the movies. They really love the character. And yeah, sometimes they might look to it and get some ideas from it, maybe a little inspiration from it. But, let's be honest, when it comes to nerds or geeks, whatever you want to call it, and believe me, I fly my nerd flag high, but there is a stereotype as far as sort of them not always being associated with the best health orientated, right? They're not always perceived to be the most well-groomed, the most, well-dressed, good-looking, well-mannered, kind of fit individual, which isn't really always the case now, which is awesome, but it still does live sometimes in that stereotype that we are categorized into kind of your, sitting behind a keyboard, overweight, unhealthy type of nerd sometimes, right? And so I feel like this is a great opportunity starting in now, whether you want to take it as a New Year's resolution, if you do or you don't, to take your fandom, take your fan of the character and maybe look inwards to where you could improve yourself mentally and physically and even psychologically, right? These characters such as Batman, they are the pinnacle of what we aspire to be as humans, right? Batman is in peak human conditioning. He is in peak mental willpower state. Psychologically, he really is, of course, somewhere that we as humans, that's the end goal, that's the dream. Now, can anyone really master all of it as a character? Probably not, unfortunately, but, we can do our hardest to try. And I think rolling into this, a topic of conversation is always Batman's training. It's always, how did the comic book character train? How did the actor train? What does he do mentally? What does he do physically? And I think this is something Batman fans could really take and kind of implement into their own life. Now, when I say, harkening back to the beginning, when I say this can be very controversial, is because I'm not trying to say, hey, do this, do that. I'm going to start telling everyone how to work out, how to eat, anything. No. I've worked in that industry for too long. It's too convoluted, too snake oil for me to ever do that for someone, right? And I find that in my experience, really, your journey with health, your journey with fitness, mentally and physically, is a personal one. Sure, you can go out and learn from people. You can go ahead and research and, try to take advice from people. But really, fitness is no different than a martial art. Now, what I mean by that is someone who practices martial arts, usually over time, always tries to go and practice in other areas, learn from other people, learn types of styles or other things that they can then implement. Just like Bruce Wayne and Batman didn't just go to one teacher or one school or one master to learn from when he was kind of honing his body and mind, he went all around the world. He learned from many different people. He learned many different styles and then brought those back, and he turned that, what worked for him, what didn't work for him, and turned that into what was created as Batman, right? And the same should be said with these types of things, such as fitness and health. Go out on your own journey. Go and find what you like to do physically, whether it is weightlifting. Maybe it's something physical like a sport. Eating wise, find what your body does and does not react to sort of in a positive way and formulate yourself into your own type of Batman training, right? Because the Batman training we read online aren't always accurate. Usually there are a lot of Hollywood sort of, I'm not going to say the word BS, but it is proven that those articles sometimes do, even by the trainers, they say that those articles normally kind of put in things to make it a little bit easier to read, easier to follow, and a little bit of Hollywood magic, right? But me, for instance, now I've always been of the mind when anyone asks me advice or this topic ever comes up, even though it's not always the one they want to hear. A lot of people do want a very strict and narrow answer of what they should and shouldn't do, but that's not fair. It's not honest. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to me, trying to give someone that basically a pen and paper, very linear way of thinking, training, or eating that may not be for you, right? These things are unique. You're unique. How you eat, how you train, how your body reacts to things are all unique. But I've always been of the mind that if someone is looking to dive deeper into something sort of physically, mentally with fitness, or just beginning, that you should go out and go on your own journey, just as Bruce Wayne and Batman did. Go on your own sort of crucible and experiences that formulate your own health and wellness program, right? Whether it is for some sort of goal and physical transformation, whether it's for a hobby, whether it's for, the mental health, so psychological health, or the physical as well. It is your own unique journey, right? And you should find what you do like, what you don't like, what works, and what doesn't work, because it is not a one-size-fits-all type of scenario, and what you do enjoy, you tend to put the most effort into. So that's my advice, and it's something that I think really Batman fans and Bruce Wayne fans can emulate into their own life. He has a successful work life. He's a billionaire, of course. He's in great shape. He's good looking. He's well taken care of. People respect him. He respects himself, right? He has that confidence when he walks into a room, whether it's a business suit or the bat suit, right? He walks in the door and everyone knows who's in charge. Everyone knows who's confident. He's the boss in the room. And we can take that into our own lives. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself mentally. Use what you see from the comic books that you love so much, the films you love so much. We love this character so much. Find ways that if you think it will better you in your life, take it into your life and use it. Right, I know that was a little cheesy, but as these come, I find I have to be unique and honest with them, or the content I feel like I want to do it wouldn't be honest. So, a little cheesy, yes, but honest. So, this has been Hayden Barton for the Batman Tradition. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.